Murphy Gray Hunter, and it is Monday, November 25th. I know it's been a hot minute, guys, but I was enjoying today. I was outside cleaning the deck. That's why I look atrocious, but it's like 83 degrees here, and so I'm like, this is the perfect time to clean and wash the deck off. And so I just throw some Gain on there. Probably shouldn't, but that's what I do. And then I just use a water hose, and I just if it needs to be scrubbed, I use the outside broom, and just to give the the deck a good scrub down, wash all the windows and stuff anyway. But I wanted to come in here and do a couple of videos. Yes, even looking like trash, I still want to, because otherwise I'm going to get like too lazy and not want to do it. I've been enjoying my time off. Right now YouTube is going through all these crazy changes, and I really just kind of been like doing some research on that and figuring out what I want to do with my channel because of all this. But anyway, and just really been enjoying some downtime. I took off my hooker nails because I've been cleaning. And yeah, I can still do cleaning with my nails, but when I don't have them, I can get into those little nooks and crannies and clean those corners really well. And so I've been doing a lot of that and just purging stuff, going through stuff, cleaning things out. Working in my books of shadows is something else I've been doing, because my nails got so long that it was like hard for me to write like as neat as I would like to. And so I'm so glad. It just feels so good to go back to my peasant fingers. Doesn't look as good, but it feels good. So I wanted to give you guys a tip. Right now I'm working on my books of shadows, and I was going to just give y'all a tip, and I think I've given y'all this tip before, but if you are going to use natural things, from outside to decorate your book, whether it's leaves or feathers, rocks, whatever it is that you're going to decorate your books, especially with leaves. So this is the time to collect a lot of your fall leaves. Like for us, we start having like fall leaves. I know some people have like snow and stuff, but it's like 80 something degrees today, and the trees are all changing. It's so beautiful. But so let me just say, I went in and collected a bunch of leaves. You guys know how much I love fall. So I got a bunch of beautiful colored leaves. All right, and I've been decorating my books. But let me give you a little tip here. So if you want to keep your leaves like this, like pliable, like very bendable, flexible, go ahead and cover them with Mod Podge. This is what I do. If y'all have an easier way, please share. I use Mod Podge, and if you want to do the whole entire thing, you can either hang it on something after you're done putting the Mod Podge on both sides, or do one side at a time. So just put the Mod Podge all on top, and then the back, and it'll stay green, and it'll stay soft, and it won't break, it won't crack. And then you can do whatever you want with it. You want to try a little, like a ribbon and make a bookmark for your books, you can. Or if you want to put them in your hair, you can, because they were not going to break. Now, I decorate them in my book. So I put Mod Podge on the bottom, put them in my book, and then I put Mod Podge on top. And then I just lay my book out to dry. And after that, no matter how many times I open and close my book, my leaves will never crack or break because they are all covered in Mod Podge. Now, when they get like this, it's a little bit harder because they're already getting dry, and it's sometimes, like this one's okay, but there are some in here that are some little crispy creatures now. Look. So this one's already breaking. So if you want to be able to get this, like I have one in my book, I'll show you in a minute. If this one's all like, So the other one I have it flat. So as soon as you pick them, like I would not wait, more than a day. Go ahead and start putting them into your books, or go ahead and start to do whatever you're going to do with them to make them, to keep them soft. Because if not, they're going to get dry, and they're going to become really hard to work with them. You can still cover this in Mod Podge and put it in your book, but it's not going to really lay flat. So that's what I'm saying. If you want them to lay flat in your books, You can cover them completely in Mod Podge front and back. And then you can tie them on little strings. And you can decorate your room, your office, whatever. If you want to have like fall leaves, like if I love fall leaves and all, you guys know how much I love fall. So, but go ahead and collect things according to the seasons and decorate your books. I think that's so pretty to do that. You just kind of go as the seasons go. Especially like in spring when all those pretty flowers start coming out and everything starts, you know, like all those vibrant colors, you know, between March and May, there's so many beautiful flowers out. And so I would definitely do the same thing with flowers, but unfortunately you're gonna have to pick them because, you know, by the time that they die, you know, they won't have fallen off, they'll just shrivel up and die. Go ahead and pick some and then go ahead and do the same thing. Put them into your books and put Mod Podge on top. You can get the same effect if you put like clear packaging tape over it. I mean, I have some of that in one of my books with Rosemary, and the tape doesn't bother me. But if you're one of those people that you don't want the way the tape looks, then do the glue. Anyway, so I'm going to show you what I've done in this book using my leaves. Okay, hold on. Okay. So this picture right here was gifted to me by Ricardo Mendez. He sent me he sent me some love mail, and it's on one of my videos if y'all want to see what he sent me. He has an Etsy shop. So he drew this. Isn't this beautiful? It's so pretty. I love it. When he sent that to me, I just absolutely love it. So I wrote a little note here. That this beautiful drawing was gifted to me by Ricardo Mendez, a fellow brother witch. So since he has a bunch of leaves on here, and this reminds me of fall, I went ahead and put some of those leaves. I just glued them in here. Isn't that pretty? I'm probably going to put something else. I'm not sure. I'm kind of happy with the way this looks because I don't want to take away from the photo. I just love it so much. And it made it inside my big book, Beauty. I've been working in beauty, and yeah, it made it into, I don't put a lot of drawings that other people give me in my book. It's, you know, because you guys know how my big book of beauty is to me, but I just wanted to show y'all a way that you can put your leaves in here. Let me show y'all something else. Hold on. I have something else. Here we go. Now this is a painting of a dream catcher, and so here I incorporated some leaves, some feathers that this feather was gifted to me, and this one was gifted to me, and I put those in here as well. And just to kind of spruce up the painting, and then also in the painting here, you can see I put little crystal chips. That's turquoise. I was about to say teriyaki. Turquoise, and here's some little chips of other crystals. Let me see. Let me show you. I think I've seen this one before. This is just a piece of scrapbook paper that I burned all the edges, and then these were from the dollar store, and they had like little clips in the back. I just cut those clips off and then just put them in here. But let me show y'all something else. Let me find here. Okay, and then of course on my chakras. Here are just crystal chips. I just did it on the K. And then here are small crystals that I glued in here. These were just for example that you would use, like here for your heart. You could use a rose quartz, and then, you know, what it's for. I don't think I have anything else in here. Well, I have this one. These are, of course, are not natural elements, but I have this one for the Dia de los Muertos. I bought this from the dollar store. You know how they sell those things you can hang. This is what do you call that? Tissue paper came in a gift. And I just put Mod Podge all on the bottom and on top, and it turned into this like plasticky type of thing, which is great because now I don't have to worry about it ever ripping. And then I glued this on top, and then of course over here I did the whole thing on Dia de los Muertos. I put those stickers that you get at Walmart. I made a little pocket, and then I put lots of little index cards in here that have like what you do, how you make the tears on your altar and all that. But I don't think I have anything else other than natural. Not in this one. In my other books, I do have stuff. Like my smaller book, like on, yeah, I don't have any more in here as far as natural stuff, like leaves and things. Let me show you one from my other book. Journal here that I'm writing for my girls. Remember I showed y'all this journal that I bought, and the one I'm doing thoughts for my daughters. Okay, so in this one, I just kind of did like little leaves on here. And I just Mod Podged one of the leaves in here. In this one, I do put stuff in here like little feathers and things like that. But this is a very private book to my daughter, so I'm not going to share any of that. But let me show you another one that I did. And I just glued those in here. And this one is my Hoodoo book. In my Hoodoo book, I have more of stuff like that. Like here I have rosemary. Now this one, I only put tape across it. This has been in here almost a year, and it hasn't turned, you know, or broken or anything. It's just been taped in there. But yeah, this one I put more of that kind of stuff in there. I don't think I have anything else right offhand that I want to show. Let me look. So no, I don't have any other books that I can think of right offhand that I have more stuff in it that I can find right now. Like I normally do have other books that I use feathers, and I do like to use feathers, and I do like to use leaves a lot. I've used flower. Now in my book of shadows for my flowers, I do have dried pressed flowers in there. So again, I just think that if you were to collect things, nature things as the seasons go, you'll be able to add to your book, and it's kind of fun to do that, you know. And you can see as you're working in your book of shadows how it's, you know, if you're looking at your book of shadows and how you're working in it, and if you're collecting stuff from outside to put into your book, I think it's kind of cool because you can see how the months and the seasons are changing according to what you're putting in your book. Anyway, regardless if you decorate your book or you paint or you color or you paste pictures, whatever it is, it's so much fun. I've been having so much fun working in my books of shadows. You guys know I have like 27 books, so I have to show all of my books love. But I've been having a really good time working in my books of shadows, just really getting back into it, because I had definitely gotten away from working in my books of shadows. I had just become so busy with everything else that I just didn't have time. And so now I have just really been dedicating, you know, so much time every day into working in my book of shadows. Even if it's just to work in one book and, you know, write down some stuff, or like I said, working in my daughter's journals that I'm leaving for them. I have, this is a journal one of, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have a few more. I'm copying down all of the stuff. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, go back to the video that I have, my new journal, I think is what it's called, and you will see a picture of this, and it'll talk about exactly what I'm doing with this book in case you guys are interested or don't know. But if you don't care, then it doesn't matter. Anyway, all right guys, I think I'm gonna make one more video today showing y'all my books that I got from our public library's bookstore, God, months ago, and I haven't put them away because I wanted to do a book haul, so I'm going to go ahead and do that next. All right guys, as always, love y'all and blessed be. Bye.